It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Dolphins and the Jets, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in mired in a brutal stretch right now, losers of 8 straight games.
Can you imagine going 2 straight months without winning a game and still trying to hold it together? They've got to find some inspiration somewhere that can lead them to a victory.
The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Well, the Jets offense ready to take over, and they do so behind the now 40-year-old quarterback. He hit that milestone back on December the 2nd. Here is Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Rodgers going to come out throwing. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Rodgers to throw on second down. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Charles, a tough task ahead for this defense, trying to slow down Aaron Rodgers. What would you be trying to do?
I would think about selective pressure, Brandon, and what I mean by that is he's going to eat you up if you blitz him too often because he'll read that and go to the man coverage patterns. But every now and then you bring that pressure out and make him deliver the ball on time. It's when he keeps the ball, maneuvers out of the pocket, and throws deep, that's when you're in big trouble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
There are 7 categories.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
I mean, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
There are 7 categories.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Rodgers. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well,
whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Entering play call.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Entering play
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Goes up at how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And he returns this to the 22. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Plan. There are 9 cap player. There are 9 cap formation. Concept. Screen. Play action. Keep pass. Medium pass. Choice. Dolphin. D spot. Southeast corner.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 44 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Entering play call, choice. There are 13 categories. You have 16 options. Concept, quick pass, option, run. Inst, AHD zone WK.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And now the first run for Devon Achane. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
WK.
First down, they go back to Achane. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call.
The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On play action, here's Tua. And he is caught, and he's brought down. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Play action, keep pass, medium, quick pass, arch, run. Inside, 24 zone open.
All right.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Entering play call.
No gain on the play that time. It sets up second and goal.
Formation.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal. One more time with H.A. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Keep pass. Flood. There are 10 categories.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Cross is selected.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. And the QB rating right now sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one. That's right, that's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Options. Madden is selected.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff keep left is selected.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love to match up with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. It's true against the pass. It's better to struggle second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
I'm going to get ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And he's got it inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 52 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Entering play, Dolphins option. Quick pass. Option, run. Inside 20, HD zone WK.
44, ready.
They'll run here with a change. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
WK.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
20 TX.
They chain once more. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Devon A-Chain. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Sanders now to add the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Just a 4-point drive that down. And he was finished off with a touchdown run from Devon Achane. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here.
These
guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That one goes for 24 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Cook up the gut. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now it's Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers going to throw. Got a man. That's Lazard. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Entering play
Alan
call,
Lazard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are back within a score. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Devon Achane in the offense, ready to go once again.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Entering play option. Quick pass. Option. Run. screen pass, play action, keep pass, medium pass, shuttle, D-spot, southeast corner.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the player there breaking that pass up?
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down. Back deep for the Jets, McCole Hardman. Fielded just inside the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And some space here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They run again on first down. Cook. He'll take this to the 46.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Uzama. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. To throw is Rodgers. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. First and 10 inside the 30. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down and 8. Here's Cook again. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Categories.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Jets are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons and looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Back to throw. Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Alan Lazard with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are able to move back in front in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options. Return left leg is selected.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And that's a good start right there. This game's changed pretty dramatically in the last few minutes. So now these guys are forced to play from behind here. And that's a positive first step towards claiming this lead right back.
Inside zone power. 26-0 AHP base.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Run. Inside 24's AHP zone WK.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. H.A. now up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Medium pass. Choice. Dolphins spot.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Tua. That's complete to the tight end, Sobert. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism. Great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Inside zone power. 20 AHP base.
Go ahead.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
26-2 AHP base.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run again with Wilson. And he's brought down. 40 yards rushing for him now, just his first 3 carries. Can
consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now. That's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Wilson will score. Touchdown, Miami. So he had a nice run to get him down there. Will stop just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Add empty selected.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that drive goes 8 plays. And winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
There are 7 categories.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
On second down, here's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Entering play call, concept. There are 9 categories. There are 9 subcategories. Options. Entering in coach soup stats. Coaching. Pop-up. Medical center is selected. Entering injury report. Player name J. Bronson. Player name J. Taylor. Position. Injury type torn labrum. Injury length 1 week. Injury length TBD. Injury length 2 weeks. Injury length 2 weeks. Injury length 2 weeks. Injury length 3 weeks. Jets selected. Injury type elbow. Injury type back spasms. Injury length will return soon. Injury length TBD. Injury length placed on error. Position SS. Player name C. Clark. Player name A. Rodgers. Player name M. Hardman Jr. Position WR. Position QB. Injury type elbow. Injury length TBG. Injury length will return soon. Entering play call. Power 26-0. AHB base.
Hey, get set.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Hey, turn on two. Turn on two. Turn on two. Out.
They'll run straight ahead with Wilson.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Entering play call. Power. There are 9 26-0. Screen pass. Play action pass. Keep pass. Flood. There are 10 categories.
Here's 2nd and goal operating from the 8-yard line.
Cross is selected.
Play action. Now it's Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Choice. There are Dolphins option. D-spot.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to pass. Tua.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing.
Entering
what a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
There are 7 categories.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Entering play
all right,
call.
So they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
There are 7. Entering call timeout. Challenge. Super stats. Coaching. Pop-up. Medical center is selected. Entering injury. Jets selected. Player name J. Franklin. Player name A. Rogers. Position QB. Injury type elbow sprain. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury length 2 quarters. Injury type abdominal strain. Position Player name J. Franklin. Player name M. Taylor. Position WR. Injury type chest. Injury length TBG. Injury length placed on error. Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. There's Wilson to throw. There's a short one caught by Uzama. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to get their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on third. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. Juke into space. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And this drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back
entering
to
play
Miami.
Call inside zone there. Entering option ins call challenge super stats coaching. Pop-up medical center is selected. Entering in player name J Bronson, player name J Taylor, player name J Bronson, player name C Williams, player name C Wilkins, player name T Armstead, player name I Win. Position LT. Injury type abdominal T. Injury length 3 weeks. Injury length 2 week. Injury length 2 week. Injury length 2 week. Injury length TBD. Injury length. Injury length TBD. Injury type dislocated knee. Position DT. Player name J Bronson. Entering play call in 24 zone open. Power. 26 AHP base.
Ready, shot.
A give. This is Wilson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
26.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Another carry for Wilson.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
He's working relentlessly with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Weak. Strong. I form. Close. Error for Podgy. Stutter goes.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Give up the middle to H.A. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Inside zone, power, 20, AHP base.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. Able to push his way through. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 20-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Single pack. Special teams. Single pack. Special. I form. Close. Podgy. Stutter goes.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run for it with A-Chain. Powering his way forward. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon A-Chain. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Categories. You have 15 options. That empty selected.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Devon A.J. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. They start the drive with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Uzama. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
That coach is always hard on the quarterback, reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Not to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. A great return there of 22 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Devon A-Chain in the offense ready to go once again.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Choice, Dolphins, southeast corner.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
On their side of midfield at the 47. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And going deep for Hill.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Entering play call, Dolphins option. Concept, there, quick pass. Option. Run. Inside zone, 24th, AHP zone WK.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
It's A-Chain on the give.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Concept, option, run. Inside zone, power. 26, AHP base.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run. Here's Wilson. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Jeff Wilson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I get some more. I get some more. It'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Holding offense.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
There are 7 categories.
Let's rock and roll. Y'all got time. Let's go. Shut up.
Here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. On 3rd down, here's Hull. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
When he got off the field on 3rd down, excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
There are 7 categories.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He dumps it off to A-Chain. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Credit that sack to D'Angelo Malone. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's a step in the right direction defensively here, because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. And delivers a big play here for this offense.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
Screen pass, play action pass, keep pass. Flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14
Gotta imagine
options.
the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On play action, here's Tua. This will be caught inside the 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Medium pass, quick pass, option, run, screen, play action, keep pass. Flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14
They'll go
options.
again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodge 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Have we ever been in a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
Pass, option, run, screen, play action, keep pass. Flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14
no hesitation
options.
about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Jets are going to get the football back. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head one state over to check on the Indianapolis Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the rookie, Anthony Richardson, with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes.
It's been Devon A-Chain who's had the strong first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Return left leg.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taking it about the 1. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Miami.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talk about pressing the kicking game because you get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Sanders now to have the extra point.
Options at empty selected.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff, kick left is selected.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense.
Play call,
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at it that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Ooh, with a juke. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
That was good tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A-Chain here, they stay on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anywhere. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Option, run. Inside, power. 26, PHP base.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making a big-time play?
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Jets.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 58 yards. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year, 10th overall. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Miami set to take over. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Entering play call, concept. There are 9 categories. There are 10 subcategories. Option is set to flood 14 plays. You have 7 options. Keep pass is selected. Flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14 options. X first cross is selected.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa completes it to the tight end Smythe. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14 options. X first cross is selected. Drive flood. X first cross. Drive flood.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged
Entering
throughout.
play call, flood. There are 10 categories. You have 4. Concept, medium pass, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone. 24. AHD zone WK.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. H.A. now up the middle. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take it in short, steady bursts.
24 zone, AHP inside zone, power. 26 UO, AHP base.
Now 2nd and 9.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Entering play call, power. There are 9 categories. You have 10 options. 26 UO is selected.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Entering play, 26 UO, 26 UO, 26 UO.
Ready.
Second down, this is Wilson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. D'Angelo Malone getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lot. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Taking it right down Broadway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Rodgers. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Finding room at midfield. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jets get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Special teams, you have 6 options.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Miami.
Again, Elder Partner, okay, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That count is selected.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff keep left is selected.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And the numbers for him pretty solid, really. He's run it well. He's caught it pretty well, but they're still far behind the 8 ball on the scoreboard.
Not able to use his talents, as you noted, to narrow the gap in the scoreboard. Sometimes it's a bend but don't break, right? He gets his yardage. That's cool, but it's not paying off on the scoreboard. They're not getting the points necessary. And if you're a defensive team, you'll give up that yardage for the kind of lead they have.
That's what I was going to ask you. Sometimes you say, let this guy do his thing. Let's control what we can control elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Take away the rest of the guys. Don't let them hurt you as well. But the biggest one is they've contained him well enough that they've been able to increase their lead.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Rodgers. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Entering play call.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Second down and a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 if people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here's Rodgers. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Now this drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
AHP inside zone. Power. 26. AHP base.
Hey, get set.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami.
26,
a lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
AHP base.
Right.
They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. Runs over him. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run again with Wilson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. A give up the middle to A-Chain.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. A give. This is Wilson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this to Lazard. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers now to throw. There's a short one caught by Uzama. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories. Cover 2 man. Cover 4 drop.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Option, run. In AHP zone WK.
Go ahead.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Entering play call inside 24 zone open. AHP zone WK.
Ready.
A-Chain on 1st and 10. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's A-Chain. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's 3rd and 9. Play action. Now it's Tua.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth.
Entering play call.
The fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Another go-around now for the Jets offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Throwing is Rodgers.
And he is caught.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
There are 7 categories.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit out back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Inside run, you have 53 options. Cover 3 sky is selected. Outside.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Rodgers going to get this complete to his running back, Hall.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. And they're going to speed things up here. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Rodgers.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Entering play call, option, run, screen pass, play action pass, kick pass, medium pass, choice, Dolphins, southeast corner.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Gonna look deep for Wilson.
That is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
On the handoff, it's A-Chain.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Entering play call, coach suggestions, fake punch up, punt.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Entering play call, plan. There are 7 categories. Defend inside run is selected.
Rodgers now on first down.
He finds Wilson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Cover 3 Sky is selected.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive, 4 plays.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left leg is selected.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Inside 24 zone, AHP zone WK.
All right, come on. Time on 3, tick.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
There are 9
now a
categories.
timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
24 zone open. Concept, screen pass, play action pass, deep pass, flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14 options.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. That one looks like he'll throw here.
That'll be caught by Hill. And he is going to have a Miami first down. And the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Drive flood, concept, medium, quick pass, option, run, screen pass, play action pass, formation. There are special teams. Eugene, field goal. Eugene heel. Field goal. Eugene heel. Option is set to.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Entering play call, flood. There are 10 categories. You have 14 options. X burst cross is selected.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Stutter goes.
Here now, 2nd and 4. It's A-Chain on the give.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon A-Chain taking it in from the 20.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them.
Entering franchise screen.
Another victory, riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And oh, it's wide right. No good.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff kick left is selected.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Selected.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Entering play call.
And they got to get to the line quickly.
Cover 3 spy is selected.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's looking like the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Suggestions. There are Zone W, Zone Fidget. Recent. There are 9 cat. Favorites. There are 9 cat. Personnel. 1 RB. 1 are special. 2 are special teams. Field goal. Fig FGY. Punt. Punt tight. Field goal. Punt. Fig punt shove. Fig punt double. Fig punt. 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 Fig punt double. Fig punt off tackle.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Helping the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Weak. Pistol. Weak. Strong. High form. Flip. Podgy. Stutter goes.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A run now from A-Chain. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. Let's face it. Any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish
So
game
for
is
Miami,
selected.
they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gautin saying so long, everybody.